You're tired of being average, of being stuck in a rut. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. It's time to take control." At 32, Grant Cardone was broke and struggling, but he found a way to outwork everyone and became a millionaire by 40. His secret? Focus and consistency. Are you ready to make a change? The first step to outworking everyone is to set clear goals. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You must define what success means to you. For example, Thomas Edison set a goal to invent 100 new products per year. He failed, but he still invented the light bulb. What's your goal? You must create a schedule and stick to it. Seneca said, "It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult." Make time for work, rest, and play. For instance, Richard Branson wakes up at 5:45 a.m. every day to exercise and plan his day. What's your morning routine? Outworking everyone requires focus. Eliminate distractions, turn off your phone, and find a quiet space to work. As Steve Jobs said, focus is about saying no. For example, Warren Buffett spends 80% of his day reading and thinking. What's your focus? You must take care of your physical health to outwork everyone. Exercise, eat well, and sleep enough. As the Stoics say, a strong body makes a strong mind. For instance, Elon Musk works out for 2 hours every day to stay focused. What's your fitness routine? To avoid burnout, you must take breaks and practice self-care. Epictetus said, "We suffer more from imagination than from reality." Take time to relax, meditate, and recharge. For example, Ariana Huffington prioritizes sleep and meditation to stay productive. What's your self-care routine? You must learn to say no to non-essential tasks. As Seneca said, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Focus on high-impact activities that drive results. For instance, Bill Gates said no to many investment opportunities to focus on Microsoft. What's your priority? Outworking everyone requires resilience. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." You must learn to adapt to obstacles and failures. For example, J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before she published Harry Potter. What's your obstacle? You must surround yourself with people who support and motivate you. As Seneca said, "It's not the man, but the master that makes the scholar." Find a mentor, join a community, or hire a coach. For instance, Mark Zuckerberg had Steve Jobs as a mentor. Who's your mentor? To outwork everyone, you must stay consistent. As Epictetus said, "It's not the event that disturbs men, but their own judgment about the event." Create a routine and stick to it, even when it's hard. For example, Stephen King writes 2,000 words every day, no matter what. What's your daily habit? You must track your progress and adjust your strategy. As the Stoics say, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Use data to optimize your workflow and eliminate waste. For instance, Amazon tracks every metric to improve customer satisfaction. What's your metric? Outworking everyone requires a growth mindset. As Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." You must be open to learning and improvement. For example, Elon Musk reads for 5 hours every day to stay ahead. What's your learning habit? You must prioritize your mental health. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Take care of your mind, and your body will follow. For instance, Richard Branson prioritizes his mental well-being to stay productive. What's your mental habit? To avoid burnout, you must learn to delegate tasks. As the Stoics say, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Focus on high-leverage activities and delegate the rest. For example, Warren Buffett delegates tasks to his team to focus on high-return investments. What's your delegation strategy? You must create a support system. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Surround yourself with people who support and motivate you. For instance, Oprah Winfrey has a strong support system that helps her stay focused. What's your support system? Outworking everyone requires a vision. As Seneca said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." You must have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. For example, Steve Jobs had a vision for Apple that changed the world. What's your vision? You must take care of your relationships. As the Stoics say, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Nurture your relationships with family, friends, and colleagues. For instance, Mark Zuckerberg prioritizes his relationships with his family to stay grounded. What's your relationship strategy? To outwork everyone, you must stay adaptable. As Epictetus said, it's not the event that disturbs men, but their own judgment about the event. Be open to change and adjust your strategy accordingly. For example, Google adapts to changes in the market to stay ahead. What's your adaptation strategy? You must prioritize your time. As Seneca said, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Focus on high-impact activities that drive results. For instance, Bill Gates prioritizes his time to focus on high-return investments. What's your time strategy? Outworking everyone requires a long-term perspective. As Marcus Aurelius said, the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. You must be patient and persistent in your pursuit of success. For example, Warren Buffett invests for the long term and has built a fortune. What's your long-term strategy?